I don't think we're lizards. I don't think we didn't go to the moon. What I'm trying to do is help us figure out how to stand on our shit, like how to be the free thinking people that we are. Hey, how you doing? Spencer from OG Rockcast. The video I want to make today is about thinking for yourself. Let me start off by saying this. I don't come as a guru or something that I'm trying to speak to people from a place of I've done this and I'm gonna send you on the golden highway like I took. I'm still on it. I'm still on the road and I'm learning as I go how to think for myself. I'm learning how to stand behind my thoughts. Since I'm on the road, I can have you along with me. When I learn something good, I want to put it out. I want to put videos out that help us get to the point where we think individually as opposed to group. The reason I think this needs to be said is because I noticed we're in the United States. This is December of 2025. We're going into 2026. It's been really bad as a country. And it's worse for people who don't even think it's bad because they're that lost. But they're tied up in groupthink. And my history, my 50 some years on this planet showed me that the plan is to make you feel less, keep you suppressed, and keep you mediocre at best. Problem is this. We need to start thinking for ourselves. And I think it's dangerous, and I think people don't want you to think for yourself. Because then you'll understand that all the groupings that we put ourselves in to feel camaraderie, backed, bulk, power from numbers, I think all of that is creating sheep like monotony where it's like, we're on the left, we're on the right, we think this, we think this. And you have to pick in order to get anything done because it's like a two-party system here as far as the politics go. As the internet goes, it is so many more groups. There's so many more groups out here to pick from. You got culture-based, religion-based, politics are there too. You have all of the different ways to break it down. Even as far that like there's a manosphere as like a, I guess a new age challenge to feminism. I understand a lot of them. I've become a part of them in my research to find out, is this a group that thinks like me or thinks about the things that I think about, or they care about things I care about? They don't. So then I move on. And what I want to do is try to cultivate a community, not based on any of the things that are typical groupings. Like I could have a community here of people who just free think and not people who think this religion's bad, this group of people is bad, this race of people, this culture is bad. Not that. Think what you want to think. But I want a group of thinkers. So being that I'm not a guru or trying to teach something, I sort of term myself as a free thinker. But in internet terms, the free thinker is kind of like a conspiracy theorist or a straight wacko. I would think free thinkers, conspiracy theorists. I am a conspiracy theorist, but this isn't what this is about. I like that I'm entertained by them just like some people are entertained by watching novellas or soap operas. I'm entertained by reading those stories, but I don't think we're lizards. I don't think we didn't go to the moon. What I'm trying to do is help us figure out how to stand on our shit, like how to be the free thinking people that we are. And I think with this video in particular, I plan to do these even a couple times a week if I can get these out and running the way I visualize them. But I will be doing a lot of them. I have a lot of topics to cover that are in my journey and ideas of how to move through. I may be sharing opinions a lot. Those are debatable because you don't know how I form my opinions because I think for myself. So whether you like them or not does not concern me in the least. They're my opinions. That's why they're not debatable. We can discuss yours if you like, but I need us to hold our morals and figure out who we are and how we want to move through this world. with this video in particular about how to think for yourself, I want to just free up your mind. Look for some ways that me and you can free up your mind a little bit more in order that you can do what makes you you. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to make more money, if that's your goal, make the most money you can, you're being held down probably at a job where your manager you feel like knows less than you, and it makes you crazy. How in the hell did that person get this position? Telling me what to do. We're in the same boat. But it's about, if you're a people, I want my people to do better. That's me. I want my people, I want to ignite something that attracts them away from these political parties that hold them back. These cultural, we think we have to do this to be accepted things. I want to pull us out of that and just into how can we work this out and make it better. That's what I want to help you try to walk through as well, whatever your thing is. And I hope you tell me what it is, because it's a new channel. I'll be reading all the comments. I want to get ideas from you. What kind of things are you interested in hearing about, hearing my idea on? All of those things. We can have conversations all the time. I compiled a list of 5 things that I think are positive results from thinking for yourself. I guess positive results or personal benefits for thinking for yourself. One, for instance, is you have a diverse perspective. It's not just this or that, and you have to pick which one you want. If you don't pick this one, everybody over here hates you. If you don't pick this one, everybody over here hates you. How about I don't care if they hate me? I know what works with me, and I know that, how long have you been alive? Say 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, however long. You know what life's about. You know how you need to fit in it. You figured that part out. What it feels like a lot of us have, and what I have, is you don't know where your people are, because you're always here, back here, when everybody's here in the line. You're left, you're right. Some people are in the center. In the center, people are like, I think they're both fine. I'm a little bit of both. There's fence straddlers. Nobody likes straddlers. Nobody trusts straddlers. You pick a definitive side and roll with that. That's what we're trying to get done here. I don't want people in this plane. I want people who are back there or way up there. Like they're not on this. That's the free thinker. You have to see what's bogus. So having those multiple perspectives is something you gain from being able to look at something objectively as a free thinker and not being told by your favorite talking heads what you should be believing. Another thing, you eventually start to make better decisions. It doesn't happen right away. Sometimes you hear somebody say something and you just say, that's it. I've never heard that before. That's it. I'm free thinking. Conservatives don't say that. Liberals don't say that. I'm different. Maybe not in the beginning so much. You might just be a little weird. But as you get into this and start to do it more and more, you start seeing other people who think what you thought. It's like, oh my goodness, all this time I didn't think you were that. And look at you, here you are. And you want to know a perfect example. You see my skin, I'm a black guy. With locks, I'm a black guy. Through and through. I'm not supposed to listen to Ann Coulter. She's a pariah. But black people look at her as a pariah. Here's an example of a diverse perspective. I watched this woman go on and tell people, stand up for black people. Like nobody I've ever heard say it on camera. And that's somebody we're supposed to hate. The fact that you think everybody says hate Ann Coulter, you're not thinking for yourself. She stood up for you. She said, we don't owe any other groups of people anything. We owe black people who were born here everything. That's who we owe. So don't get the civil rights twisted up and put a whole bunch of people in it. That's for them. And I'm like, clutching my pearls. That's Ann Coulter. That's what I mean. Different perspectives. They allow you to start seeing things that you weren't seeing before. A third thing is a reduction in overconfidence. You have to Not be so cocky that you think you have the answers. The smartest people will tell you they're the least confident of their answers because they know how much they don't know. And I know there's scientific terms for it and there's philosophical terms for it. I understand that. I don't want to use those because this isn't psychological. This isn't education I'm talking. I'm a hunch guy. I've earned the right to live off my hunch and think what I think and stand on that. So that's what I'm going to do. I do have book education. I have street education. Those two combined allow me to think for myself. I'm a hunch guy with that. But I do feel that thing where you say the sky's blue, and I'm like, right on. I know people who will say, well, it's not blue. It's a spectrum of colors. It's the one, yeah, I can't pronounce. It's the only one, yeah. I understand the sciencey things, but I don't need to be right to other people and convince them of anything. I don't need to woo anybody over to my thinking. I just need them to understand they're not going to get by. Their bullshit isn't going to fly with me. And so you start hearing less of it. And I think that's important. Humility goes a lot longer than overconfidence, especially when you're overconfident of stuff you know that much about. One other thing, there's only two left, so I won't keep you tied up very long. The fourth thing that I think you gain from thinking for yourself is it boosts innovation and creativity. When you have to figure out how to navigate an obstacle course that's full of pitfalls, or a golf course that's full of hazards, water hazards, sand hazards, maybe an alligator runs across the green at a certain point if you're in Florida. You have to figure out how to get the damn ball in the hole. What are you playing for if you're not trying to get the ball in the hole? But the hole moves, or there's pitfalls along the way. You have to learn how to navigate those. And sometimes it takes a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of innovativeness, and a little bit of creativity to figure out how to navigate all that and get your damn ball in the hole. So your brain opens up when you think freer. It doesn't confine you to, well, it's going to be this or it's going to be that. It teaches you how to move mountains in order to get where you have to go. That could only be positive. And the last thing, when you learn how to think for yourself, this supports personal growth through accountability. A lot of people don't like to be accountable. There's a lot of groups of people who point to a certain group and say they're not accountable for stuff. When you think for yourself, like group think is group, all these people thinking the same thing. Then this guy thinks for himself. Accountability is that same thing. Like everybody's doing this and it's wrong. And you know it's wrong, but everybody keeps doing it. You're over here on the side being accountable for, you know what? I that was me. I did that wrong. I hadn't learned or I hadn't got to that point in my life yet where that was important or I realized what I said wrong. People who do that show personal growth. And other people, I see this so much. When you admit where you're wrong and you can move from it and show that you're growing and learning new points of view, people want to hear from you. There's power in that. To do anything, you have to have power. To affect any change, any real change, like we said in the beginning, what do you want to grow for? Like, what do you want to get better for? Like, what's your personal goal? Once you get that, you need people to affect some change via the goal you have set. It sounds wordy, but I hope you're following me here. When people see humility and growth and learning and accountability, they want to know more about what you think. And that's true. That's an opinion of mine. And like I said, my opinions aren't up for debate because they're opinions. However, that's my personal experience. That really works. And if you're not growing as a person, if you're not showing accountability, first of all, for your mistakes, your misgivings, your bad thoughts, your bad actions, then you're not growing as a person in the way on the vector that it makes you a better person to be successful, to help what it is you're trying to help in the main scheme of things. All right, so that's a few. I could talk about free thinking for about 4 hours every day, but I'm going to stop. I spent time trying to reduce this talking time and this list down to 5 points. And I hope some of them resonated with you. I hope they made some sense. And I hope to come back the next time. I have a boatload of ideas for videos. I'm going to keep on chalking them out. I hope you keep coming and listen to them. I hope you give me feedback. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. Challenge me, whatever, support, or it doesn't matter. Let's just get out of this small-minded thing. And one more thing that I think is important to say is when I'm trying to build community, because that's what the goal of this is. It's not, the way we're building the container that this community is going to be in isn't, it's only thinking based. It's not about belief based. So I don't care if there's groups of people you hate, there's groups of religions you hate. Trust me, I have groups of people that I hate. We're not working with that. I don't care if there's a group of people I hate. I don't think they shouldn't be here. I don't think they should be eradicated. They should be allowed to be here like anybody else, and they'll find their crew to make them happy, and that's fine. For me, whatever you think is fine. It just shouldn't have to affect me, and that's what I'm talking about. I don't hold anybody to what I think, and I don't think anybody should be able to hold me to what I think. So that's kind of the container of community that I'm trying to build here. All right, so that's enough for the first time. I hope you got something out of that. I hope you come back anytime. I'd love to have you. I'd love to see you. I appreciate your time, and I'll do my best to not waste it because that is the most valuable asset we have. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.